Hello. On. Now you can hear me. And it's paused. Perfect. Learning as we go, my lovelies. I hope everybody is doing well today. Michelle, Crystal, Bob, Knives, Bev, Vicky, Lisa B. Sashino is here. I saw Mayor here earlier today. And of course, coveted first going to Beverly Bradford. Tin Man here. Sashina, like I said. Chuck reminding us all to take our meds. What a great reminder, Chuck. Grammy Rita, you here too. Vicky's here. Did I say Vicky? I think I did. Reseller Road Trip Adventures. Hello, welcome. It's Sunday. We have quite a day ahead of us, my friends, and we shall start on uh, what we were almost finished with yesterday, which is in fact a docket, first appearance docket. I paused there because I remembered the minute that we had left. So let me zoom to that here. Um, we broke last night and went and watched slap fighting. Did everybody have a good time? I had a blast. I think that it was hilarious. I think my highlight of the evening was definitely the referee getting hit in the face. That was epic. Loved it. So, if you don't know what we're talking about, last night we went and watched slap fights over on Credence and Mikey, and it was a really good time. Um, I thought, anyways, I had a really good time. So, yeah, the first match was hilarious. It was. It was. Anyways, I am drinking, what am I drinking here? Hi, Leanne. I'm drinking coffee. It's very hot out of my Bubba mug. Hashtag not a sponsor yet. And then I have a Coke in my other mug. I have my pen, my ready. I have a joint lit because I'm already having a pretty weird Sunday, so whatever. Yeah. Anyways, let's get back to this. So I think we have a few people left plus the fugitives. So we are down in Clayton County, Georgia, and we're gonna see what these people did. Uh, I was laughing because I thought, oh, wouldn't it be funny if we hear about, um, yeah, Bubba mugs are great. Oh, it's perfect temperature now. It's like hot, but drinkable. Mm, mm. What's funny is that I made it 2 hours, 3 hours ago, probably. So it's still just drinkable without like being worried about how hot it is. That's how good the cups are. How high am I right now? I'm pretty high, but I'm always pretty high. Um, never lie about that. Never lie about that. But what is different, like I've said before, I don't have my ADHD meds, so there's a little bit of dopamine problems. My regulation is going a little wild. So, we're just working on that. Hi, Nigel. Hope you're well. Um, by working on that, I mean introducing dopamine in alternative means because I don't have medication. So what do? Drink coffee, exercise, Paisley, talking to myself, giving myself a real look see here. Hi, Alexa. Fake Stanley bought for $4, probably 100% lead. I bought a fake Stanley as well in the Florida. But my bubble mug, this is a really good quality mug. And it was like $18.95 Canadian. I got it at Walmart. We've talked about it before. It's called the, oh God. I have it on my Amazon wish list in another color. Hi, Dawn. But it was called the no, it's not Yeti, Paisley. So close. And you thought you were right there too. Um, Hector found it last time for me, and I forget. Oh, yeah. Ed, I'll tell you the truth. My main issue with exercising is in fact uh not smoking weed the whole time. Hector, remember, didn't you say what kind of cup this was? You told us. I feel like you did. Hector's like, what? Um, Anyways, this is one of my favorite mugs. It keeps everything super duper hot or super duper cold. Uh, Contigo, I know that's pretty good, but this one is epic, 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 epic. MB, you're here. Thank you for being here. I think that we are gonna find out. I was just lurking and you heard your name. Hector, I swear to God. Anyways, we talked about this. Hi, Gracie T. We talked about the mug. Anyways, whatever. I'm working on it. Seriously, this is my brain on its own pretty much. Um, ADHD meds are dopamine reuptake inhibitors, or yeah, or neuroepinephrine reuptake inhibitors. But basically, they allow you to go and use the dopamine that you have in your body more than once. Basically, you can use it again and again until it's utilized up, and that is good for somebody that doesn't have as much, which is sort of what ADHD is. So I have a hard time when I don't have those medicines. I Oh no, I'm not getting off them. I want them. They're expensive without medical, like a work plan. YouTube does not have a work plan. And then they're just like expensive, and I have to go to the doctor again, and it takes like a month and a half to get into the doctor. It's insane. It's absolute kryptonite for ADHD. Like other types of people, I guess, that have normal executive functioning could like plan for that and handle that. But like I I just have a really hard time planning ahead. So even if I would like say to the doctor's office like, "Hey, can I just book my next appointment now?" They wouldn't be able to do that for me. And so they'd be like, "No, just email us in like a month." And I'm like, "Uh-huh. I'm not gonna do that." Oh, it's so hard. It's not, there's no shortage. Yeah, I could go to the doctor if I think I have one refill for like my long acting medicine on file, but and I've never had troubles getting it from the doctor. It's just about like paying for it. It's the end of the month or the beginning of the month, or you are learning to get one paycheck a month, which is sort of weird. Anyways, so let's get on with another way that I get dopamine, which is watching other people fuck up. I'm joking, sort of. Not really. Um, Seriously, what we were in the middle of yesterday was this new judge, and this judge has actually been really good. Um, oh, Dawn, I know. And last thing I'll say about the ADHD meds is that during COVID, the pharmacist was able to fix my prescriptions. And but I don't have a doctor. That's the problem. Like the I don't have a doctor. Can't It's not easy to get a doctor. So, anyways. Um but during COVID, the doctor was able to or the pharmacist was able to re-up my prescription even though it was a stimulant medicine, which is crazy. But now they're a little more strict about it. And because I fuck up so often, it becomes to the point when it's like every 3 months, it's like, oh, need to sort this out. And it's like, oh, I need to sort it out. God. I'll probably email tomorrow. I'll email tomorrow. Okay, let's watch this. Last thing I'll point out is that I went unmedicated for 27 years of my life. So I can handle it. I take Ritalin. It's very, very basic. Just take Ritalin. Um, yeah. In Canada, medicine's not free. Doctors' visits are free. I could go to a doctor if I could find one. Can't find one. What I have in place is that there's a clinic that I can go to where they'll see me over the phone, but that takes like 2 months to get in. Like, I'm not joking, because the doctor works like one Thursday afternoon when the full moon's high, and he feels like it basically. So that's yeah. And for me, that stuff slows me down and makes me my sort of normal self. But um caffeine helps. If I smoked, nicotine would help, because nicotine is actually very well documented to help people with ADHD. But I don't smoke cigarettes. And ADHD and weed sort of counteract a little bit, but weed's what I got. So I'm sorry, doc, but you know, okay. Now we've talked enough.
All right, so I'm showing the only thing that should be left are off God's people, and then my Mr. Hammond and our fugitive. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, so first up, we'll do Mr. Austin.
Austin.
He was the gentleman they added, and then after him will be Eric Blake.
Blake. You judge your name.
All right, are you Mr. Austin?
Yes.
So, Mr. Austin, you had 2 charges here, sir. The first was battery family violence. The second was criminal trespass. The bond amount for the family violence is $3,500. The bond amount for the trespass is $2,500. You do have special conditions, sir, and that's to stay away from the alleged victim, Miss Fontelia Arnold. You'd have no contact with her or anyone who knows her directly to communicate to her. You're not to have any contact with her through social media, through letters, text, email of any kind. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You're also to stay away from the address of 3801 Charlotte Drive. And so, as I said earlier, if that's somewhere where you live or used to live prior to this incident happening, please get with the sheriff's office upon your release, and they will assist you in getting any items that belong to you, okay?
Sir.
Now, the last question I have for you is this. Because you were charged with misdemeanors, you have a right to a preliminary hearing that I mentioned earlier, or you have a right to waive that hearing, and I can send your case on up to the prosecutor a little quicker. What would you like to do, sir? Would you like to have that hearing or waive that hearing?
I would like to have that hearing.
All right, sir. So I'm going to set that hearing down.
Michelle, this is the same fucking docket. So he's already made the big D mistakes. Oh, I mean, seriously, he pulled that big D. Oh, you guys, what we're talking about is yesterday he mistakenly told somebody that they were getting their charges dismissed, but he had the wrong guy. Oh, it was epic. It was epic.
For you, that hearing date is going to be March 12th, and that's going to be at 8:30 a.m., and that's going to be via Zoom. So should you not make your bond, March 12th, 8:30 a.m. via Zoom will be your next court date, okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right, good luck to you. All right, after Mr. Blake, Eric Blake, I have Rashad Bland. Are you Mr. Blake?
Yes, sir. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Mr. Blake, you're charged with 1 count of theft of services. Your bond amount is $3,500, sir. Because you were, I'm sorry?
Yeah, you had a glitch in it. How much is it?
$3,500.
Uh-huh.
Now, because this is a felony, sir, Your next court date, if you don't make your bond, Mr. Blake, is going to be March 6th,
Mhm.
and that's going to be at 8:30 a.m. and that's going to be via Zoom, okay?
Yeah, so the bond's 3,500 though.
Yes, sir. 3,500. Next court.
Hi, the shirtless dad. How did that work out for you? Honestly, the other thing is, I will say, dismissal Dan is MIA. I check back every week, multiple times a week. I do. But I'm not a creeper to the point of some other YouTube channels that like call courts. I'm not going to call a court. Um, Mainly because I don't want to poke a bear. You know what I mean? Like, no matter how cool we might think we are, we're still totally flipping the bird to the instructions of most courts. So I don't feel like necessarily calling them. That's not to say that I haven't surreptitiously emailed a court or two with a different backstory to find out different information, but I'm not going to outright call and be like, hey, I got this YouTube channel. I missed this judge. Where are they? God. Like, I love that. Some people can do that, but to me, that's just like, no. You called St. Joe County Court for Judge Middleton? What did you call to tell him? I'm not, a meetup, I'll have a meetup maybe. I am not planning anything yet. Uh, Well, lucky for you, Mayor, I am allowed in the United States and I love it there. So I will be back in the States soon, I'm sure. Seriously, I really miss Florida a lot, but I want to go to other states. So don't you worry. I'll be coming down. They still let me in. I'm actually on Americans love me. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Americans love me when I travel. I just meet them where they're at in energy and we are good to go. So. Oh, Vegas. Oh, don't tempt me. I want to. I can't. I can't make that happen. Oh, if I could make that happen, I would. But shirtless dad, you're hilarious. I want to do Nashville too. Oh, and I want to go to Wegmans. How weird is that? How weird is that? Iraq energy. Yes.
Dates 8:30 a.m. and that's going to be via Zoom, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions about anything for me, Mr. Blake?
Yes, sir, I do. Yes, sir. If you look over my, could you read the warrant to me, sir?
In terms of okay, sure. So you're charged with one count of theft by services, sir, and they're alleging that you obtained mechanical services on a Chevy Tahoe from King Automotive Repair and Collision without paying for it.
Sir, my car's not even.
Okay. Hold on, Mr. Blake. You don't want to go into that. I read
right.
the warrant for you, but you don't want to go. You want to tell your attorney that, okay?
Okay, yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Good luck to you. Next up should be Mr. Bland, and after Mr. Bland, Ramonzo Brown and Rashad Fagan. Ramonzo Brown and Rashad Fagan will be next. Are you Bland?
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Bland. Mr. Bland, you are charged with one count of.
Lizette, you mean Washington State? I actually do want to come down to Washington State soon because there's a few reasons. Oh my God. I sound like such a fat ass. Okay. I want to go to Jack in the Box. Ever since I had Jack in the Box tacos in Houston last summer, I can't stop thinking about them. And I want them so bad. To the point where I've actually plotted out a journey for myself from here on my island to the nearest Jack in the Box, which is closer than you would think. Okay? But still multiple ferry rides away or I'll get it all, Dana. Listen, if what I should do is if I do make that trip, I should do an eat the menu live, right? And then we could do um then I could first of all write it off. You have lots of Jack in the Box. I know, Lizette. I looked. Oh, you missed Tim Hortons. Listen, dude, that's what this is. But I'm making it myself. And I was just like, well, I love coffee. But I thought about my next trip and I actually am like contemplating bringing coffee on my trip. And I'm not a coffee snob in the sense of like coffee snobs, but I'm apparently a Tim Hortons whore. And I just, I, I literally thought about it and I was like, yeah, that would make sense. Any hotel you stay at, you can get hot water, and I already make my coffee. Oh my God, Chris, thank you. Why can't I hear that? Did you guys hear that? I didn't hear anything. Where's my music? My joyous dancey musics. What in the mother of fucking God? Yeah, there. That one we heard. Woo! Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Chris. Woo, woo, woo. I'm a hoe for Hortons. Yeah, MB, I really am though, because you've never even heard of the Jack in the Box? Of Jack in the Box? Okay. I had heard about it my whole life because it's like sort of in the movies. But then yeah, thank you, Mayor and Chris. I guess Mayor just kicked Streamlabs in the behind. Bam! Woke up. That's two more people that get to come to members only today. That's in about an hour. I've already set it up. Anyways, Tim Hortons coffee. So I already make pour over. No, Jack in the Box isn't everywhere because I was very excited about my trip to Florida. I thought, oh, here we go. You just had the tacos in Houston. Now you can have them again in Florida. And I excitedly looked them up. Oh, yay, Chris! Boom, 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 boom. Why didn't it do that? Streamlabs, report to my office later, please. Streamlabs, report to my office later. Also, reminder when people get gifts, memberships, they aren't always in the chat. They just get an email about it. Um, but hi, if looking at legal stuff is here, hello. I know some people think Jack in the Box is awful, but the tacos are like two for $1.39, and I loved it. I loved them. It was delicious. That's two write-ups, Streamlabs. You are teetering right now. Teetering on the edge. Yeah, Taco Bell. I'm gonna tell you something. Taco Bell's expensive these days, Kelly. I'm just being honest. When you can buy for me to buy anything for under like $2 and get two of them, I'm already fucking blown away. Then for them to be like okay and pretty good, in fact, like I'm gonna say I like them. Well, we're again blowing me away for the price here. So, bye, Chris. So I'm just being honest. I'm a cheap ass girly, you know. Have a good one, Alexa. Or Lexa, sorry. Not Alexa. Sorry if I set off anybody's Alexas. Um, anyways. I do pour over coffee anyways. So there are these little coffee filters you can buy and they hook onto the cup and you pour the water in it, and then you pick it off and put that in the compost or in the garbage, I guess. And then it is the same as like a pour over coffee, but you don't even need the unit. Okay. So what I was thinking is when I go on vacation, I could buy those and bring like a thing of coffee. And what I will say is that, um, like I said, I'm not a pour over like snob of coffee on purpose. I just, I'm the only one that drinks the coffee. I want to make it one cup at a time. And, and I found that Tim Hortons coffee does quite well like that. But when I was traveling, I never thought that I would need coffee like that. But I'll tell you right now, I do. I think I need to bring both my mug and my coffee when I'm traveling in all future trips. I'm actually calculating weight here, and I think they're worth a pair of shoes. At least worth a pair of shoes. Right? This is a heavy cup. I mean, I could carry this. This wouldn't have to go in the bag. I could probably get away with carrying that on, but I don't even have a trip planned, you guys. This is the fantasy world that I'm living in right now. I don't have a trip planned. Do I need to sort this out? No, not even a little bit. No, no, no.
Crossing the guard line. Your bond amount is $2,500, okay?
Sir.
Now, sir, because you were charged with a felony, I am gonna give you your next court date. Your next court date, sir, should you not make your bond, is going to be March 6th of 2024, and that's gonna be at 8:30 a.m., and that's gonna be via Zoom, okay?
Sir.
Now, since you are not working as well, I am gonna go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer this morning that's gonna assist you on your case. Do you understand that?
Sir.
All right, sir, do you have any questions for me about anything?
You can order Tim Hortons coffee from Walmart. That's where I get mine. But I'm sure you can. But Lizette, I would bring you some. I'm almost positive. Are you telling me there's no Tim Hortons in Seattle? Because the west or the eastern United States has uh some Timmy's, I'm pretty sure. Because we see Judge DeSanto drinking out of them all the time. Oh, and there is something about the red cup, I'll tell ya. Oh. I'm a 7.5. Unless my feet have grown and gotten fat. But no, I'm a 7.5 in shoes. Uh, Still wearing right now the sandals I bought it for. I love sandals.
Anything?
So if I make bond today, I can leave today.
As long as you don't have any other holes for anything, yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, good luck to you. Again, Ramonzo Brown, Rashad Fagan, and then Jacoby Frazier. Are you Mr. Brown?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Brown, you're charged with one count of pandering and prostitution for a bond amount of 2,000, and one count of criminal trespass, also for a bond amount of 2,000. And so your total bond, sir, is $4,000, okay?
Sir.
Now, since you're not working, I am going to go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer who can help assist you in your case. The last thing I have for you, sir, is the preliminary hearing that I spoke about earlier. Would you like to have your hearing or waive your hearing?
Waive it.
All right. So, sir, I'm going to show here that you.
Wait, he's a prostitute? Is a man prostitute? And I'm over here thinking you guys are yelling ho because of this? Oh, I would love that, Doggy Dad. This is Tim Hortons coffee for anybody wondering. Original blend. There is also a dark blend, dark roast if you like dark roast, but this is the original blend. And it is roasted in Canada for consumer use only, not for real resale. As in, I can't start my own coffee shop and use this. And this is okay. I just want to say this. Approximately a year ago, a little less than a year ago, I was beginning to make coffee at home for myself. I don't think I had a channel yet, but I was in the chats a lot. And I asked because on the side here, it explains that you need 2 level tablespoons of Tim Hortons coffee for every 250 milliliters of water. That's not a lot. So I was making I remember I was making 6 cups of coffee in a coffee maker. So according to this, it is 12 tablespoons that I would put in. I did that. Things were way off. Okay. And I remember going to the chat and I was like, I just put 12 tablespoons of coffee into the coffee maker. And they were like, no, no, like you crazy girl. And I don't get it. Like, why is that? Are they just want me to use the coffee faster? I'm assuming. Smells so good, you guys. Oh, so this is the logo you're looking for, by the way. Tim Hortons. All right, let's go back and see if this guy's a hoe. Now I'm a little bit more.
You have asked that I waive your right to your preliminary hearing. So the deputies are going to have a piece of paper for you to sign who can help assist total.
Make bond today.
Okay, I just wanted to get back to it. I want to watch again. I want to watch again. I want to watch again. What's funny is when this caffeine kicks in, I will go down. 3 scoops for a whole pot, right? Christy, what are you fixing for dinner? I can't decide. I'm not hungry. I'm just thirsty. And whiny. Very whiny. My emotions, that's the main thing I've noticed, unfortunately, is that my emotions are less handleable. I don't know. Fucking crazy.
I can leave today.
As long as you don't have any other holes for anything, yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, good luck to you. Again, Ramonzo Brown, Rashad Fagan, and then Jacoby Frazier. Are you Mr. Brown?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Brown, you're charged with 1 count of pandering and prostitution for a bond amount of $2,000, and 1 count of criminal trespass, also for a bond amount of $2,000. And so your total bond, sir, is $4,000. Okay.
Sir.
Now, since you're not working, I am going to go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer who can help assist you in your case. The last thing I have for you, sir, is the preliminary hearing that I spoke about earlier. Would you like to have your hearing or waive your hearing?
Waive it.
All right. So, sir, I'm going to show here that you have asked that I waive your right to your preliminary hearing. So the deputies are going to have a piece of paper for you to sign. And once you sign that paper, sir, that's all I got for you. Thank you. All right. All right. Are you Mr. Fagan?
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Fagan, you're charged with 1 count of theft by taking, sir. According to the information I have here, sir, I'm showing that you're currently on probation out of Fulton County. And as a result of that, sir, I do not have the authority to grant you bond or review your bond. So I'm going to give you 2 court dates here. Your court dates are going to be March 6th of 2024 and then March 8th of 2024. The first court date is going to be your preliminary hearing. The second is going to be your bond hearing, where they can review your bond to determine if you qualify for a bond at a later time. But as of today, you're on a no bond status because I'm showing that you're currently on probation out of Fulton County. Do you understand that?
Yes, can you read me my warrant, the incident date?
I can, yes, sir, I can tell you the incident date here, sir. The incident date marked is June 1st of last year, 2023.
Sir, that's why I was trying to see if the date.
Bob, I thought everybody was in on it. Raw dog yogurt, it relates to a story I told the other day where I walked in on my roommate raw dogging yogurt with a pancake, literally dipping a pancake into yogurt. There was no yogurt today. There were pancakes. I did make pancakes. My hands are still stained from blueberries. This guy's hair, it's unfortunate for him. Oh my God. Also, am I hungry? No, I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry, I don't think. Raw dog cheese, yeah, we'll make an entry soon. Oh, but somebody said pizza, it was Winter Witch, and I was like, ooh, Winter Witch. That's a good idea. But then I realized I need yeast to make pizza dough. There's always something, right?
You don't want to go into deep. Don't talk to
I'm
me
not
about it.
going into details. I'm just trying to tell you that I was incarcerated.
Oh, listen. That's what I'm telling you. Don't do that because you're creating a record. Tell that to your attorney, okay? If it turns out that that's incorrect or it's not you at all, they'll correct that for you, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Should be Jacoby Fraser and then Gregory Kelly will be next. Are you Mr. Fraser?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Mr. Fraser, you were charged with 1 count of theft by receipt of stolen property. Your bond amount is $2,000, and 1 count of speeding. Your bond amount is $2,500 for a total of $4,500. Do you understand that, sir? I'm sorry?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Now, because you are charged here with 1 count of a felony, if you don't make your bond, sir, your next court date is going to be March 6th.
Your Walmart has it! Lizette! Fuck. Sorry, win for Walmart. Get it, girl. How much is it? Now that's the question I want to know because this bag of gold is $9 Canadian, which I think is like $7 or $6 US. So I wonder what the price is. American. Oh, I sound like one of those. Oh, I sound like one of those. Oh, never mind. This here bag was $9 Canadian, $9, and I had to pick it up myself. But I did get it in my grocery order. $6.72. Oh, wow. Jesus Christ. That is cheap. But it's American dollars, basically. That's probably almost exactly the same price if we switch them. Yeah, I would get 2. I mean, if I saw them for $6, I'd be buying like a lot of them. I actually, oh, $7.39 at Target. Oh, look at Walmart winning. But seriously, I just was speaking about how I really do think I've gone through one of these a week almost now for the last, or one every week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, for the last little while. So I think next time I'm able to upgrade to buy the big tin, which is the same but a bigger version. Because I think it's cheaper. I think you get more. But I was never confident in my ability to like follow through with making coffee at home. But oh, whole bean, really, Lisa B, really, $5.98 for the Timmies. Yeah, 672 is 905 Canadian. Wow, they're bang on that. But that's American. Okay. It's so good too, by the way. Also, you need to have a lot of sugar and cream in it. Like, let's just be realistic. I ain't drinking this shit black. I just want everyone to understand that. Okay.
At 8:30 a.m., and that's going to be via Zoom if you don't make your next court date, okay? Now, because of some information you provided, I have gone ahead and appointed you a court-appointed lawyer to help you. So you'll get a lawyer free of charge on your case, okay?
Appreciate you.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
After Mr. Kelly will be,
No.
I believe it's Deshaun Jackson and Jalen Level.
Yeah. Straight down the hall.
Are you Mr. Kelly?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Kelly, you were charged with 1 count of theft by taking. Your bond amount, sir, is $2,000.
Oh, no, Dana. It's not. But what I'll say is that I've tried lots of coffee all over. I always need cream and sugar, and uh, Tim Hortons is the best regardless. But what I found is that okay, last little fucking, well, I can't even say it'll be the last one, but okay. When I was first trying to drink coffee at home, I was perplexed why it never tasted good. I was like, I order a double double at Tim Hortons, okay? What is a double double to everybody? Two cream, two sugar, right? That's what you think. Now, um, when you actually do the research into it, an extra large double double, which is what I used to get at Tim Hortons coffee, is actually something like 28 grams of sugar because they scale it up based upon the size of the drink. So a double double, a 2 and 2, what you think is 2 cream and 2 sugar is in fact, and sorry, so in Canada, that's how you order coffee. You say, I want 1 and 1 or 2 and 2, a double double. And that means 2 cream, 2 sugar. But no, like this is that's in your coffee. But what happens is they don't stand there and measure it with a spoon. They have a machine just like they do at McDonald's. So in Canada at McDonald's, you can go through the drive-through and you can say, "Can I get an extra large double double?" And when I pull up to the window to pay for that they will give me an extra large coffee with in what I thought was 2 cream and 2 sugar. But what in fact happens is they have these little machines. So when you watch them at the store, they put the thing under, they press the button for the size, and then they press the button for how many. So sugar shoots out of the machine into the cup, and cream shoots out of the machine into the cup. Nobody's measuring 1 or 2 of anything, and the 1 or 2 size is not the same versus for all of the sizes of cups. So when I literally looked into it, I realized I was drinking something like 7 or 8 sugars in the coffee, even though I was ordering, and I used to order 3. Like I used to order a triple triple sometimes. But and of course it tasted delicious. No fucking doubt. But what I had to do was wean myself down to an acceptable level of cream and sugar. And at home, I actually had to increase the cream and sugar because it was not, I was just throwing it away at home because it wasn't even close to what I needed. So I had to meet in the middle where I thought I was taking 2 cream and 2 sugar. It really is a bigger measurement. 1 and 1 is a single would be, yeah, you could say 1 and 1 or a single, like, no, you just say 1 and 1 and, or one. Yeah, I don't know. I usually I order 2 cream, 1 sugar now in my extra large. Um, but again, I don't go out for coffee that much anymore. I make it myself. So still nobody measuring, let's just put it that way, for what they're putting into it.
Dollars. This is a misdemeanor charge, sir. So you do have a right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that right to that hearing. What would you like to do? Would you like to have that hearing or waive that hearing?
I wait.
All right, so I'm going to show that you're waiving that hearing. Your bond is $2,000. You have waived your hearing. Based on the information you provided, sir, I am going to appoint you a court-appointed.
I found out recently that coffee creamer is vegetable oil, though, you guys. Did you know that? And that makes sense. Because I've seen, like, when I've used coffee creamers, it's been oily. But I saw something recently where it's like vegetable oil. I mean, the very it's making me fat, but I'm using real creams. Like real, like it's half and half, we call it in Canada. I don't think they have half and half in the States. Do you guys have half and half in the States? Basically half cream, half milk. But we call it half and half, and that's what you would buy and put in your coffee. Or they have coffee creamer or table creamer. But table cream is usually 18%. Oh, you do have it? Oh, good. Good. Phew. Um, table creamer is like 18%. Whipped cream is like 30%. And then, I guess it's just milk from there. Oh, there's coffee creamer, which is like 20 something percent. I think that's what Tim Hortons uses, like a high fat percentage cream as well. But I now use, oh, powdered creamer, Christy. Christy, that reminds me, I used to work at a car dealership. I've talked about this many times, but one of the jobs I had at the we had this really cool coffee machine. Some guy had come in and sold the management on this coffee system. This was before um like coffee pods were a thing, but they were just becoming like Keurigs and stuff. And so this was basically an industrial Keurig, but the packages were not Keurigs. You had to buy them from the company, and they came in these boxes. And they look like baby food pouches. They were quite big for the pouches. They were really high quality. And so they they for car sales, and we sold Porsches and high-end cars. So this was like, oh, this is for people, customers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But of course, who's eating or drinking all of these for the most part? Staff, of course, right? And so I remember when I first started, one of my jobs was to keep that clean and nice for everybody because it was in an open area where people could walk up and make their own coffee, but it was a hard machine to use. So basically, I was teaching people how to use the machine all the time and then also keeping it stocked. And the lady that was in charge, and I love that it was a lady in charge, she was the controller of the company. And she came down one time and she told me, she goes, "There are two things we can never run out of, Paisley." I was like, "What's that?" And she said, the decaf coffee pods, because she only drank decaf coffee and she drank a fuck ton of decaf coffee, and the powdered creamer, what I called white death, but just like that white powdered creamer. Those two things, she goes, "I don't give a shit if we don't have other things for everybody else, but I need those." And I was like, okay, all right, yeah, no problem. And I remember I ordered so much at one point. And then I just like kept that level up. But people be like, "Oh, we're out of Mars bar." Like they had Mars bar hot chocolate. Billy, thank you so much. Towards my next Tim Hortons coffee. You're buying half a bag. You just bought half a bag of coffee. Thank you. Oh my God. Oh, well, after YouTube gets their part, it's maybe a cup. But yes, thank you so much. I so appreciate that. And Streamlabs, literally report to my office later, please. I can't tell you how disappointed I am in you today. Um, anyways, that was the rule. They had Mars bar hot chocolates. They had Wix hot chocolates. They had, I don't know, like a bunch of different things. Oh, Billy, are you pushing it through yourself? Oh, you. And yet still, Streamlabs is slacking. Thank you for being a member, Billy. That's a great reminder. Our members only is already posted coming up after this at 3:15. We are going to be watching a body cam video. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be happy at the end or not, but we're going to do it. Okay. Um, Yay! Streamlabs is always in a pissing on Sundays because he doesn't get invited to members only. Yeah. Thank you so much, Billy. Hi, Christy. Okay, so anyways, I remember that boss. She was amazing. She was a great boss. She was a really great boss. I worked there for like 6 years, but and we never ran out of decaf coffee while I worked there. I mean, like that's the kind of shit you learn, right? You learn very quick. You need her coffee, you need her shit, like smart. I just remember like just keep her happy, and it was easy to do so. Decaf coffee and fucking whatever. that White Death creamer was. Coffee Mate. That's what it's called. Coffee Mate. But the funny thing about that machine was, so the pods were like this big, maybe that big. And so you would put it into the machine after I showed everybody how to do it. It would do its thing. And then, but it could only really hold like 3 or 4 pods before you had to empty it. And then when you would take them out, they would be all puffed up. It was so weird. I think it was a precursor to a Keurig because it was definitely not environmentally friendly at all. But anyways, let's finish this docket. Cuban coffee I've heard is really delicious and really intense. I used to drink Starbucks, but I would get a mocha with an extra shot of espresso in it. That was what I would do. So, okay, let's continue with this so that we're finished in time so that we can do members only. Thank you, Paisley. Let's go.
Lawyer this morning. So you will have a lawyer that will be able to assist you on your case, okay? All right, so the deputies, sir, they're gonna have a piece of paper for you to sign, the waiver form. And once you sign that, we're good to go. Thank you, sir. So it should be Mr. Jackson. Are you Mr. Jackson? Mr. Jackson, you're charged with 1 count of simple assault. I was reviewing the information that we have here on you, sir, and I'm showing that you are currently on probation for felony out of Bibb County, sir. So as a result of that, I do not have the authority to grant you a bond. So I'm going to give you 2 court dates here. The first court date, sir, is going to be, or excuse me, I'm going to give you your court date for your bond hearing is going to be March 8th of 2024, and that's going to be at 8:30 a.m. And that's going to be via Zoom, okay? Do you hear that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And your that's going to be for your bond hearing because I could not give you bond. Your other date is going to be your preliminary hearing date, and that's going to be March 6th at 8:30 a.m. And that's also going to be via Zoom. So you're charged with 1 count of misdemeanor simple assault. I am not allowed to grant you bond. You'll have a preliminary hearing date on March 6th. You'll have a Superior Court bond hearing date of March 8th. Okay? And you'll have a court-appointed lawyer free of charge. Do you understand that? Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about anything?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Straight down the hall, last going right. So
Yeah, Lisa has her grandchildren in town, and I think I saw Melanie in looking at legal stuff recently. So I think she's fine. Yeah, and she was here last week too. She stopped in on Saturday or Sunday. I think we're still gonna get the fugitive case at the end of this, where he tells us where the fugitive's from, and I remember guessing North Carolina. I'm sticking with my North Carolina guess. I paused because do you guys love washi tapes, like these special little tapes? You know what I'm talking about if I say washi tape? Please? Somebody? Anyways, I have proceeded to take my computer. So crazy.
All right, give me 1 second, sir. I'll be right with you. And are you Mr. Level?
Yes, sir. Yes, I am.
All right, so Mr. Level, you were charged with 1 count of criminal trespass, sir. I've reviewed your criminal history here and the information we have against you. I am going to release you this morning, sir. Now, let me be clear, sir. That does not mean that your case is closed, okay? You're going to still have a case. It's still going to be moving forward. But as of today, you're going to be allowed to go home, okay? Do you understand that?
Sir.
I'm going to release you today. Okay?
Sir.
All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to set your next court date. So Well, actually, because I'm letting you go, you're waiving your right to that preliminary hearing. So listen, I need to make sure you understand what's happening today. I'm letting you go. So that means when you get out of here today, before you leave, make sure that whatever address you can get your mail at, that you leave it here with the sheriff's office, with the police, okay? Because you're gonna get released today. You're gonna go home. And so we need to know where to send your next court date in the
It's not dismissed though, guys. He's just getting released. The charges remain. He's just getting a personal bond, basically. The judge just says it in a weird way, but I think that's all that's happening here is that he's getting a PR bond. I don't think there's a dismissal happening, right? I'm pretty positive he just said, you're waiving your prelim by getting released, which implies that the case would be going forward.
mail, okay? All right. The only other thing I need to tell you, Mr. Levels, there's going to be a piece of paper that those deputies will need you to sign. When they hand it to you, you go ahead and sign that paper, okay? All right. Do you have any questions for me, sir? All right. Good luck to you. Next up should be Jeremiah Paris. And after Mr. Paris should be Jesse Rogers.
What was behind him? Whoa, his green screen split for a second and it looked like a rave. What in the fuck? Okay, watch the bottom corner of him, right where my mouse is, right here. Okay, you see that? We're gonna watch here. I'm going back 10 seconds. I want us to watch together. Oh my gosh. The things my brain picks out that are useless, mostly without a doubt. Okay, back 10 seconds. Watch the corner. Let's go.
All right. Good luck to you. Next up should be Jeremiah Paris. And after Mr. Paris should be Jesse Rogers.
Rogers next.
Paris, then Rogers. All right. Are you Mr. Paris?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Mr. Paris, you are charged with one count of terroristic threats and one count of reckless conduct, sir. Your bond amount for the terroristic threats is $5,000. Your bond amount for the reckless conduct is $2,500 for a total of $7,500. You do have special conditions, sir, and that's to stay away from the alleged victim, Ashanti Smalls. Do you understand that? The individual you are alleged to be involved in this argument with.
Who? 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 Also, it does look like glow sticks are back there, or he almost fell into another dimension. Oh, man.
I believe he lived in that same complex.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So if you make your bond, please understand you're going to have to stay away from that particular individual. Now, based on the information you provided me, I am going to grant you a court-appointed lawyer. So that's going to be free of charge to you, okay? Now, should you not make your bond, your next court date is going to be March 6th at 8:30 a.m. and that's going to be via Zoom. Do you understand that?
Got it.
Again, that's March 6th. That's 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Your bond amount is $7,500. Do you have any other questions for me, sir?
No questions.
All right, I believe that's all I have for you, sir.
I love it.
And after Mr. Rogers should be Shannon Reagan.
Mr. Rogers. From my childhood? What did he do? Let him go. He deserves a pass. And then Shannon, I think, is the girl, the blonde that we've been waiting for, if she's blonde, if I'm remembering correctly. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Won't you be mine? my Valentine. They had him in the words. Why am I thinking they are?
Go ahead.
Rogers, then Reagan.
As Rogers? Yes.
Rogers, Reagan, and then Walker, Mario Walker. All right, are you Mr. Rogers?
Yes, sir. I'm with the Virginia DA's office. DOD sent me down here.
What? I'm sorry. What? Right now. He sounds like he knows what he's talking about, but if he's undercover, this is terrible. Won't you be my neighbor? There it is. Oh, Jesus Christ, basically. Well, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Public court record.
Here to look at the airport.
Let the judge talk.
Okay, sir. Sir, you're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass, sir. Based on the information I have, sir, I am going to release you today. Hold on, sir. I am going to release you today. However, I need you to understand, you are not to return to the Atlanta airport unless you are there for work or to travel. Do you understand that?
Now I got 5 tickets in the computer there.
What? Why? Why? Oh, this is a 5150, you guys. This is a 5150. That's also a good thumbnail shot right there. Okay, write it down. Where's your notepad? It's right here. He's an avid airplane watcher. He buys tickets. Did he give or get the tickets? What? And did he say he worked for the D? Let's go back. We're gonna watch this whole thing again. We're gonna take this bit by bit. Okay? Let's give this the I thought he creed framed for a minute too. I'm gonna put on my other glasses here. We're gonna work on it. No, he'd just know they would come and fix it, Hector, right? Okay. Let's go back. Okay, here we go.
Then Reagan.
As Rogers? Yes.
Rogers, Reagan, and then Walker, Mario Walker. All right, are you Mr. Rogers?
Yes, sir. I'm with the Virginia DA's office. DOD sent me down here to look at the airport.
Let the judge talk.
Okay, sir. Sir, you're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass, sir. Based on the information I have, sir, I am going to release you today. Hold on, sir. I am going to release you today. However, I need you to understand, you are not to return to the Atlanta airport unless you are there for work or to travel. Do you understand that?
Now I got 5 tickets in the computer there.
Okay, but right now, all I have is 1. So right now, I'm releasing you on the one that I have, but you are not to return to that airport unless you are there for work or for travel. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How much are you making per month, sir?
Man, they ain't paid me shit. They've been paying me in abandoned houses. It's how the
Okay.
government.
Oh dear. He sounds so fucking pissed. He sounds so mad about it, too. Like, I've been working my ass off. Went down to the Atlanta airport to inspect it for. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Look at the judge, too. Judge! Look at the judge.
Paying me that
Okay.
I possess.
Okay. So hold on. So I am gonna hold on.
Me do, y'all.
Okay. So I am gonna go ahead. I'm gonna appoint you a court-appointed lawyer that'll help you free of charge. Now, do you want to have your preliminary hearing, sir, or do you want to waive your hearing?
I don't know the difference here in Georgia. In Florida,
All right.
Florida, I know. What's
So
the difference?
So I mean, there really is none, but let me go ahead and just set that hearing for you. It's gonna be March 12th at 8:30 a.m. and that's gonna be via Zoom, okay? So if you don't make your bond, your next court date will be March 12th, 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. But I'm being released, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, sir.
Come on. That's right.
Next up should be Reagan and then Walker. Reagan and then Walker.
No, he's not active, Your Honor. I believe that will be a B&B person. He's not active on the first appearance.
Are you showing that he was released?
We're showing him as not active, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. So what is that?
What does that mean? Slovenly? He's a real fucking slug, Your Honor. He doesn't even move. He's not active at all. We couldn't even roll him into court today. No, seriously, what does that mean? Not active? In the jail, but you can't find him? I'm really perplexed at this one. This is weird. This is weird. Yeah, not active. He's just lying in his bunk. He's like, dude, you gotta take a shower, man. So, I'm pretty positive. If I'm not mistaken, yeah. Okay. Do we not think maybe a psychological would have been good for the next, or for the previous guy there? I'm just saying. Okay, we gotta fucking finish this, Paisley.
Because he bonded out, I guess.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So I guess you should, other than Mr. Hammond and the young female, it should be just Mr. Walker then.
Yes, that is correct, Your Honor.
All right. Are you Mr. Walker? So, Mr. Walker, you're charged with one count of failing to register as a sex offender. Your bond amount, sir, is $5,000. Now, because you are charged with a felony, sir, your next court date, should you not make your bond, is going to be March 6th of 2024, and that's going to be at 8:30 a.m., and that's going to be via Zoom. I also am going to appoint you a court-appointed lawyer, and I'm going to do so free of charge. Do you understand that? All right, sir. I believe that's all I have for you, sir. Good luck to you. All right. If you all want to bring out, I guess the female first, and then we'll do Miss Hammond. So Miss Wright first, and then Mr. Hammond.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, this is it, guys. This is going to be our guesses for fugitive status. Where is she a fugitive from? As a reminder, the rules of the game are this. You can guess as many times as you want. You can make silly guesses. You can make fucking weird guesses. I don't give a shit. You can guess 1,000 times if you want. And you can also change your mind. That's how fun it is around here. But don't guess Georgia, because they're in Georgia. So they wouldn't be fugitives from Georgia in Georgia. You understand what I'm saying? I said North Carolina, and I'm sticking with it.
I got
All right. Are you Miss Wright?
Yes, sir.
All right. So Miss Wright, obviously, I don't know if you're aware or not yet, but you came in because you were picked up on an outstanding warrant from Broward County in Fort Lauderdale in the state of Florida. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And so, of course,
Oh, all you Florida people, you got it. You got it. You got it. And you know what? Of course. Of course. How could I have not figured it out properly? And, I remember there was a lot of guesses for Florida yesterday when we originally saw her. Oh my gosh. What a hairstyle, by the way. What a hairstyle. Sorry. We should have known.
this point, because you are considered a fugitive from justice, I am not allowed to grant you bond. So your bond has been denied, of course. I am going to appoint you a lawyer if you so need one for what we're about to talk about.
I don't.
So as a fugitive from justice, ma'am, here's where we are. There is an outstanding warrant against you in the state of Florida, and you have a couple of options. Option one would be you tell me, Judge, I want you to go ahead, let the state of Florida know that I'm ready to go back to be extradited back where I will handle these charges. I'll either plead guilty, go to trial, or have them dismissed. Okay, that's option one. Option two would be you tell me, Judge, I can't talk to you about whether or not I'm guilty, but what I would like to do is fight the process, the procedure that they use. Maybe they didn't do something right in this procedure in order to take me back to Florida. And if you tell me that, then what'll happen is I'll say, okay, you want to fight this procedure. That usually can take up to 60 days to do so. And if they don't come and they don't have the hearing where you fight the procedure, they do get an additional 30 days to try to, so you could end up sitting here for a total of about 3 months, waiting to have your hearing to fight the procedure. Okay. And if that doesn't happen, then you can be dismissed. So option one, again, send you back to Florida in 30 days. And if they don't come get you, you're dismissed and we'll release you. Option two would be you say, Judge, I want to fight the procedure they used, and you would sit there until they come within the next 90 days. How would you like to proceed, Ms. Wright?
I'm gonna waive my extradition.
Okay. All right, so Ms. Wright, I'm going to show that you're waiving. They're going to have about 6 documents that you're going to sign. And once you sign those documents, I will sign them as well. They'll be sent to me. And then that's all for you, man.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, and then I believe that should be Mr. Hammond.
Move it. Move it.
Who is gonna take the back? That's it. No, he already both going next week. Come on.
So tomorrow, you're on the same page, right? Just more going to get home. This is Mr. Hammond, Andrew.
All right. Mr. Hammond, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so Mr. Hammond, you are charged with 1 count of obstruction of an officer, 1 count of a removal of a weapon belonging to a public officer, and 1 count of simple battery. Do you understand that, sir?
No, I.
Okay. Now let me say this, with those charges here, sir, I need to go over a few things with you regarding them. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. I need you to understand that your bond amount, Mr. Hammond, for those charges for the obstruction of an officer, is going to be $2,500. For the removal of a weapon, your bond amount is going to be $10,000. And for the simple battery against an officer, your bond amount is going to be $5,000. And so your total bond, sir, is $17,500. Do you understand that? Okay. Now, Mr. Hammond, I'm going to appoint you a lawyer free of charge. And so if you need help on your case, they're going to be able to help you on your case, okay?
Okay. And
Now, the last thing I need to tell you, Mr. Hammond, is your next court date is going to be March 6th of 2024 at 8:30 a.m. And that's going to be via Zoom. Again, that's March 6th, 2024, 8:30 a.m. And that's going to be via Zoom. And your bond amount is $17,500. You got it?
yeah.
All right, sir. That's all I have for you, sir. Good luck to you.
Can I ask you a couple of questions?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
The jail told me I was lost from the computer or something, so I haven't been able to post bond or use the phone because I don't have my PIN number doesn't work. I don't have it anymore, and like I don't know how to post bond or call my family or anything.
Well, until now, you didn't have a bond. So now, I've given you your bond amount here today. So you should be able to make contact with your family if you need their assistance in trying to make your bond. Oh, okay. Does that answer your question? Okay, Mr. Hammond?
Yes, sir. He's good.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you all. Thank you, Deputy.
Thank you, sir. Enjoy your day.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Wow. Um, That was quite the show. Uh, thank you for joining me for that this evening or today. Don't fear though, most of you are members, and we are having a members only shortly. It's in like 15 minutes, less than 15 minutes. I have to run and go potty, maybe do a costume change quickly beforehand, and then we are going to be watching some body cam footage. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to want to protect your ears because we got somebody who's a level 9,000 crazy. So, without further ado, thank you so much for being here. I love you guys. I will see you very soon. And don't forget, I love you. I'm proud of you. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. I said bye.